You get a text from your boss that just says, "Can we talk?" In less than a second, your heart rate spikes, your breath gets shallow, and your pupils expand. You haven't even read the whole message yet, but your body is already treating it like a physical threat. Right after that physical jolt comes an overwhelming urge to make the feeling stop. You might immediately text back an apology for something you didn't even do, or reach for an endless social media feed just to numb the tension. We usually label that retreat as laziness. We tell ourselves we lack the willpower to handle difficult things or the ambition to pursue our goals. But people don't stay in dead-end jobs or draining relationships because they are satisfied. They stay because the human nervous system is wired to favor a familiar pain over an unknown future. The body prefers a predictable disappointment to an uncertain hope. When you hit a moment of stress, your primitive brain ignores long-term fulfillment. It only asks one question: do I know how to survive this? This creates a strange biological paradox. If your body was trained in pressure, calm can feel suspicious. Your nervous system will actively choose a known misery over the open space of freedom because it already has a map for how that misery works. To break this pattern, we have to look past simple willpower and examine the exact microsequence of our discomfort triggers. We have to artificially slow down time. By breaking apart the split-second mechanics of our own reactions, we can find the exact moment where the habit of self-protection takes over. It all starts with neuroception. This is a primitive alarm system where your nervous system evaluates your surroundings and reacts to uncertainty before your conscious mind has even formed a thought. That alarm shows up as a tight stomach, heat rising in your face, or a shortened breath. You are simply stepping into a new situation, but your body is interpreting that unfamiliarity as a literal physical danger. This gauge represents your body budget. Your brain tracks resources like energy and glucose, predicting incoming threats. When you face an uncertain outcome, your brain anticipates spending massive energy to figure it out, rapidly draining your biological budget. This physical contraction is your survival brain doing its job, reacting to uncertainty with the same precision it would use to face a physical predator. Because the human mind finds unexplained uncertainty intolerable, it instantly races to invent an explanation for why you feel so physically agitated. Looking at this logic tree, you can see how a single sensation of physical tension rapidly spins into worst-case conclusions. A tight chest becomes a story of permanent disaster. I'm going to fail. They will leave me. My career is finished. In a matter of milliseconds, you are no longer dealing with the actual person or task in front of you. You are locked in a battle with a catastrophic future that hasn't even arrived. The narrative we layer over the pain is often far more restrictive than the original physical sensation. The tight stomach would have passed in minutes, but the story that you are an imposter can last for years. To escape that terrifying storyline, your body triggers a habit loop, a cue of discomfort, a routine of escape, and a reward of relief. You doom scroll or over-apologize to diffuse conflict. This temporary safety reinforces the cycle, teaching your nervous system to always retreat. Repeating these survival strategies changes our internal landscape. We begin to mistake these practiced defensive routines, like staying quiet, overworking, or playing the caretaker, for our actual identity. You cannot stop that initial biological contraction from happening. Your body is always going to react to uncertainty. But you can intervene before that automatic habit loop executes. The psychiatrist Viktor Frankl observed that between any stimulus and our response, there is a space, and in that space lies our power to choose. To access that space, you have to befriend the tight place. Instead of attacking yourself for feeling anxious, you use a simple physical gesture to send a biological signal of safety directly to your nervous system. Something as simple as taking a single, slow breath, or a hand that gently rests on your chest, physically disrupts the panic cycle. It widens the space between the stimulus you feel and the response you choose. Widening that gap is the only way to strip an automatic survival response of its authority. You let the alarm ring, but you stop letting it make your decisions. Inside that newly created gap, you have the clarity to distinguish between a genuine threat and the ordinary friction of growth. Sometimes a tight chest is a valid biological warning that you need to walk away from a harmful situation. Other times, it is a false alarm, triggered simply because you are leaving the safety of an old, familiar identity. Viewing discomfort as a data point changes your relationship to it. Instead of reacting to the tension, you can begin to decipher exactly what the nervous system is trying to tell you about your current environment. Entering the growth zone requires us to prioritize possibility over predictability. By staying with the discomfort of the new, we can finally move beyond the boundaries of our own survival history.
Thank you for watching. If something in this resonated with you, then you're already closer than you think. If you're ready to go deeper, there's a link below to my book, The Growth Zone, The Genius Hidden in Your Discomfort. This isn't theory, it's a framework you can actually use. Tap the link below and step into it.